What's up, everybody? This is your girl Alicia here to give you my review on Wednesday night's episode of Star. Let me tell you, Wednesday night episode was the most I have ever laughed on an episode of Star. Maybe some things I was laughing at weren't meant to be funny, but it was funny to me. I laughed a whole lot in Wednesday night's episode. I thought it was a really good episode. Honestly, I think it was the most drama that I have seen packed into an episode, and God knows when. It was so much drama in the episode. I gotta tip my hat off to Jude Demarest. She played the hell. She played the hell out of Star. I don't think it's anything that's like award worthy because she haven't really had like an emotional scene like that, but just her ability to bring Star to life, it's amazing, and she's doing a bang up job. Can't take it away from her. Got to give props where props are due. So you know what I'm saying, she did that last night. So I'm gonna get into the review. Y'all know how I do. If this is your first time coming to my channel, watching one of my videos, welcome. Make sure you like, share, comment if something I say or something pulls you or whatever. To all my returning Star family members, y'all already know it's always good to see y'all and hear from y'all. And y'all know how I do. I'm gonna get right into it. So we're gonna start with Carlotta and Maurice, basically them pitching the next phases of the girls' solo careers, what they're gonna do with Alex. Before they got to Star, I was like, I don't care what they give Star. This heifer finna have a problem with it. So they show Alex, being this household name, running off with, the sponsorships that she's had and all she's gonna do. And she was just like, this is like some of my father's, BS. I just wanna be an artist. I'm like, come on, Alex. In today's time, you got to be more than just being an artist. You just can't put out music, and don't show your face or don't have something else going on. You got to be a total package. With Simone, they wanted her to be in the forefront of this political scene in Atlanta. And then with Star, they wanted her to, get back in the studio, finish her solo album so that she can go on tour. And Homegirl wasn't feeling that. She was like, I need to make money. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I'm like, I get so sick of these writers making these people, act like they don't know what's going on. If you are an artists today don't make no money. They make money by touring. They make money by getting endorsements and sponsorships. So if the more you get out on tour, Star, you'll be able to make some money for you and your child. I'm like, I just hate how they have them just dumb, especially with Alex. I'm like, speaking of Alex, I have to say this. Y'all know Alex, my dog. That's little sis. That's my girl. But if I see Alex in them white boots one more again, dude, I wasn't gonna say nothing. But please stop putting Alex in them white shoes. I hate them. We done seen them things one too many times. Don't put her in them things no more. Now, all right, I said my little piece. But I'm probably gonna be all over the place, just really hitting on things that was just crazy and just the little sly things they be doing on this show. One of the things I really, really hate with The Passion is how much they have tried to erase what Alex and Noah, meant to each other. And of course, we have seen the pictures that were released for the wedding, and it looks like that they actually go through with the whole thing. So, of course, I got people in my inbox and I told you what was going to happen and this, and this, that. Dallas is in game. And I'm like, the only way Dallas can be in game is if the show gets canceled and we don't know what would have happened if there was to be a season 4. Just because you get married don't mean you in game. And I think only a fool would believe that Alex and Derek going to get married and it's going to last. Because we know that's not gonna be the case. I don't care if the I do's happen. They're not in game. But I'm gonna just put that little tidbit out there. So we find out that Carlotta obviously knows about Cassie and Maurice because we find out that Cassie asked for permission, which I was shocked. Now I'm like, okay, either Carlotta PMSing, Carlotta bipolar, or something is triggering her to respond to Cassie the way that she has. Because I'm thinking for the past, few episodes, especially this half of the season, You know, Cassie being your ride or die. Cassie took out her own father because of what he did to Carlotta. So I'm like, where is this anger coming from? Where is this disrespect coming from? And every time she tell Cassie that she can't do it, that it ain't gonna happen, Cassie always prove her wrong. And that's one of the things I really like about Cassie. She don't let Carlotta just say what she stands up to Carlotta. And she's one of the few people who can clap back and get in that ass the right way. Because every time Carlotta comes off as if I'm better than you can't do this, you can't do that, Cassie always have a counter saying or a counter action, and she always come out on top, which is where we see she was dogging her out when Rashad was in the studio. Well, what you doing? She ain't no good. You need to stay away from her. And then the very next time they meet up, oh, I need to, what if you host the Easter brunch? And Cassie was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on that. Well, it could be good for you. It could be good for the club. I would have been like, Heifer, don't try to come in here with that. You want to play me and try me, but then when you need my help, then, it could be beneficial for me. So I'm like, all right, Carlotta, you coming off like you a user. I don't want to think that way about you, but that's how you are presenting yourself. Because I'm just it doesn't make sense where all this is coming from. If you don't want Rashad in the music industry, I can understand that. But the way you coming at Cassie, I was like, whatever. Brandy and Lance Gross have really great chemistry. I just wish the dynamic of her character with Carlotta wasn't sisters. Then maybe I can really vibe with Cassie and Maurice. But knowing that this is your sister's ex, yeah, but it put a bad taste in my mouth. I just, like I said last video, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They cute together, but I just can't vibe with it. I can't vibe with it like that. I'm gonna just go get in the Star. This interview with Big Tigger. I'm like, Big Tigger must have nothing to do with his time because this is the second guest appearance he's made on the show. And I'm like, it's so irrelevant and it's so not needed. But I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to, shed more light on Breathless because they said it was a buzz about the song. And I'm like, well, if there was a buzz about Breathless, I haven't heard it played in any of the episodes this half of the season. There has not been no talks about Breathless. Not all of a sudden Breathless is a big hit that we didn't know about. Okay, so we see the billboard, the little backdrop behind them of Noah and Star, and they faking it or whatever. So Star says, I've been faking it with him. I've been faking it ever since I know him. Pause, because if Noah's dick game wasn't all that, why the hell you kept going back to it? Now, if I remember correctly, majority of the time that Noah slept with Star, he was drunk and or high. I don't know about y'all, but last time I checked, a man who's drunk or high does not care about quality coochie. They just want something that's convenient. Star was the one that was sober. So what does that tell you? You was enjoying it. So don't try to come for him and try to act like you wasn't enjoying whatever. And then Tigger made the statement about, co-parenting. Sometimes I know it has to be hard to be for exes. I hate the fact they keep pushing this agenda of Noah and Star being in a relationship when everybody knows that was not the case. I hate they keep doing that. But Mama Brooks to the rescue. Man, when I holler, I laughed so hard when she came, and not only did she say this beat been trifling since day one, she got right into the camera like, I know I need y'all to see me, I need y'all to hear me, this hoe ain't to be trusted, whatever. And man, I laughed so hard on that scene. And they get to fighting, Miss Bruce wig falls off. I wish one episode they would let Miss Bruce not have on a wig, because Miss Lawrence looks so much better when he ain't got that wig on. Looks, that bald head, he looks absolutely stunning, amazing. I'm just, once you see him with that wig off, it's like, I don't want to see you with it back on because it does nothing for you. His bald head, his natural self, he looks absolutely amazing. But when they're fighting and Noah just, I didn't think that didn't come off real to me. Noah on the sideline, get off my mama. Star, get off my mama. Mama, get off my baby mama. I said that this ain't the most niggerish stuff I done seen in my life. It pissed me off. I'm like, Noah, you ain't finna grab this girl. She's throwing hands at your mom, which I thought it was really crazy. So the next scene we see that, Carlotta talking to him, trying to get them to come to some type of resolve, and Star's watching them, and she gonna tell them that, they're vile, they're messy. I don't want my son around this. I'm like, baby, you just described you. like this whole episode, if it doesn't prove anything to anybody who says they identify with Star or that's their favorite character, she is one delusional ass character. Because I'm like, she was kind of, to me, she was kind of giving herself a pass, like, yeah, he already got, Davis already got one messed up parent, he doesn't need two, or he got two parents who not doing what they supposed to do. So it just put me in the mind, like, you down in this man, and yet you in the same boat, but yet you feel like you're in a better position to have somewhat majority of the custody, with primary custody of this child. Get the hell out of here. So the scene where Take 3 is talking to Carlotta once they find out that the record label is bankrupt, and they're trying to decide what they're going to do as far as a group is concerned. And I was proud of Alex for standing up for herself and just was like, no, I do the Easter brunch, but after that, I'm done. And I was like, Lord, please let her stick to her word. And of course, we see that she did. And I said, Lord, Alex is one of the most inconsistent ass characters on this show. And in this particular episode, we really, really saw that. And I'm like, she always playing super saver hole. So I don't even get excited. My Instagram homie he was asking me like to talk about how I felt about Alex giving Star the business or really going off on Star or whatever. And I couldn't even get hype about it because she's done it before. She's done it before, and she always goes back on what she said she gonna stick to. So I hate that. I mean, it's a character flaw. It is what it is. But I really hate that about Alex's character, is that she always put herself last, regardless of who it is. She just does, and she is always get the short end of the stick in the end. So I'm just waiting for next episode to see what the hell Star gonna do to make Alex probably question the decision that she made about Take 3, because I was so happy. When Take 3 is over, I'm like, yes, y'all need a break. When the hell Take 3 put out 2 albums? Did y'all catch that? I was like, what the hell? They got 2 albums out? I remember when people was confused about the first one. They didn't even know the first one came out. I'm like, they got 2 albums? And the way they do the music, we don't know which song was on what album, the other album, we don't know. But Take 3 supposedly has 2 albums? Okay. But and I just found it ironic again when it comes to the show writers. Why the hell are we promoting Breathless when Breathless is not nominated? Why are we not promoting So Sick? Why are we not having Noah and Alex on a press run, regardless of what Derek may feel about it or who may feel about it? This is the one that could possibly earn you an Asa. So why the hell we promoting Breathless? Why are we putting money why are we putting money behind it? So for me, it's one of those things that just seems very unrealistic, because, and then the time jump, because we realize that Noah has been in the sober house for a month. So a month and a passed. Y'all put out this song a long time ago, and you're just not like, come on. They just, the times and all of that mess, it just doesn't make sense. So I want to go back to the sober house thing. When Star found out that Noah was in the sober house, she told Miss Bruce, she was like, why wasn't I told that? Well, hell, for you act like you don't give a damn about what's going on with this dude. So why would we tell you where he is? It's none of your business. Then fast forward to the time right before the interview she has with Noah. Well, I'm sorry he went to the sober house, but I'm like, baby, what's going on? And to everybody out there who talking about Star is going through postpartum, Star doing this the same damn Star from season 1 when there was no baby in sight. So don't blame this on no on no postpartum. Don't blame this on anything having to do with that baby. This has everything to do with how they have developed Star as a character. This is just who she is. And if you look at my last video, I made this statement about how we were going to see what was Star going to put first, because it's always been her career, and we're going to see if she's going to put her baby first or if we're going to put her career first, and we see what she's going to do. Nothing ever in life can compete with Star's career. It will always be her career. So I want to answer again my Instagram homie. He asked me about, do I feel like Star is wrong for wanting to go the adoption way? I don't believe she's wrong for having the thought of it. I can understand why she would have the thought of it. I don't like the way in which she's going about it, because she acts as if she's a single mother. She acts as if Noah has no type of role in this baby's life. I could see if the daddy wasn't around. I don't know everything or really how adoption works, but I don't think you could just put up a baby for adoption when the father has not given his consent, or whichever parent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know how that works out. But I just can't see her putting her baby in that type of environment when she knows the things that she has experienced and the things that she knows her sister has experienced. And I'm like, the last thing we need is for her to ask Alex and Derek to take care of the baby. But hell, it wouldn't be such a bad idea because Derek can definitely be a stay-at-home mom. I mean, dad. So, I'm sorry. That was funny. I cracked myself up. But, so again, okay, another scene that made me laugh really, really hard when they were at the Easter brunch. And so I'm gonna just run this down. So we know that Alex knows Giselle. So she was like, I'm gonna go over there, because I think she likes me or whatnot. So she goes over there before Giselle can get one thing completed out of her mouth. Here comes Star. I'm like, why you brought your ass over here? Why are you here? Go away, because you and Simone only gonna mess up these connections. Why you even came over here? And just like she said, Alex has a solo career. Where's yours? I'm working on some new stuff. You're done. You're done. You're talking to a record exec, a record label representative who could possibly purchase your record label. And when she asked you about your new music, you just say you working on stuff. You wouldn't even put out an album. Like, that's... Anyway, so then we get to the Pastor Mike part. Rashad did his thing. Then Noah. Then when they gave Star the mic, I instantly started laughing. And I'm like, what you finna do, Star? You finna shine like a diamond star? You finna shine like a star? What you finna do? So inwardly, I was like, all right, Alex, take the mic from her, baby. Do your thing. Like, take your mic, sing your behind off, slide it back to Rashad on the sneak tip, but do something. So the fact they were just staring at her made me laugh even more, because I'm like, you ain't even helping this chick out. You just gonna let her stand here stupid with the mic in her hand. So, Star gets up and was about to explain some bull crap. Then here comes the BS. It's a special announcement. Take 3 is officially back together. I was like, no. I screamed at the TV. I was like, no, Alex. Why? Damn, like, I hate that. I don't know, you could tell she didn't want to do it in the first place, but she did it, for Star, and just the fact how Star guilt tripped her in the studio. And I'm like, why is it okay for everyone else to put their career on hold for you? Because you damn sure didn't put your career on hold for anyone else. When There For You was popping and you had the opportunity to go on tour, you took it. Now, I want to address something, because I saw someone, I believe it was on Twitter, I can't remember, but I think it was on Twitter, and they were talking about how somebody put this up, like Alex was the first person to go solo. And I'm like, I said, and there was a lot of people who were, agreeing with it. And I said, for those who are saying that Alex was the first one to go solo, how so? Like, please explain. Alex was not the first one to go solo. We all know who the first one to go solo was. Now, Alex had features with people, but features does not equate to being a solo artist. So I'm just trying to figure out how that worked. And of course, nobody answered my question, but I just found that, interesting, because I guess they were basically saying, like, Alex owes Star. That was like one of the reoccurring topics I saw, that Alex owes Star. I'm like, Alex don't owe Star a damn thing. We tend to forget how this thing goes. I'm like, Alex is the heartbeat of the group. Without Alex, there is no Take 3. There isn't. So I'm just trying to figure out how all that stuff, how all that stuff worked, what she supposedly owes Star. She owes Star nothing. When Star was popping, when Star thought she was on top of the world, when Star, had the top song at the moment, she wasn't thinking about Simone, nor was she thinking about Alex. Now, for the sake of argument, it was a lot of things where people were like, well, it was Alex's fault that they didn't go on tour, while Star was the only one who was able to go on tour, so she did it to herself. I don't agree with that, but for the sake of argument, let's just say that's true. Let's say that it's Alex's fault that they didn't go on tour. Is it Alex's fault that Star ass can't sing right now? Is it Alex's fault that Star went to jail? Is it Alex's fault that Star got in that fight? None of this stuff is Alex's fault. But at the same time, she humbled herself, in my opinion, in straight stupidity, and put this group and this girl before her own happiness yet again. And when I say inconsistent, Alex say one thing but does another. When she was like telling Derek, "Come on, let's go get married. Let's just do it now." And of course, what his behind gonna say other than okay, get down there to get married? She stopped, said she can't do it. She can't do it without her girls. I think he was like, "What?" or whatever, and that was the end of that scene. And I'm like, she's so inconsistent. I wouldn't even want to marry somebody like that, because you could tell Alice just goes off a rush. However she feels, she just goes off of it. To me, man, Alice ain't been the same since her and Noah ended things. Like, just she flip floppy, wishy washy, and all that stuff in between. Like, it's just like, what's going on with you, chick? Like, what the deal is? But that's still my dog. That's still my girl. I ain't gonna leave her side. Speaking of leaving sides, I don't know what none happened in Star World. I have never seen so many people who was ride or die for Star, who go to hell water for Star. All of a sudden, they don't do Star no more. They not her fans no more. They don't stand her anymore. They don't like her for what she's doing to Davis. They don't like the fact that she pulled a knife on Noah. Because these Thor fans really thought that Noah and Star were gonna be together and this baby gonna bring them closer. Oh, that's my mom, that's my dad, Davis is my brother. I just gotta say it, man. Some of these Star fans are some of the craziest people I've ever witnessed on social media. I ain't been on Twitter that long, but the stuff that I see, I'm like, these people are, I think some of them need to be in the hospital. For real, because I'm like, y'all are crazy, dude. It's y'all crazy. But I was like, Star is selfish as hell. And I know she gonna do something next week. Then, the whole, what is it called? Davis Street, Davis Avenue, Davis Place, Davis Block, whatever the hell that song called. I don't know. Davis something. I promise no more drama. Then you put a knife on his dad. Then next week's episode, we see that you put hands on him as y'all in front of the Aces. You don't want no drama. Star, that's all drama is. Full of damn drama. Just full of drama. I did like the fact that Noah tried to reconcile his family back together. It was much needed. And a whole lot of families need to do that. Just sit down, air that mess out, get it all out in the open, how you feel, so that, we can see if we can actually, bring us together again and see if we can do this thing. And a lot of it be misunderstandings and stuff like that. But let me tell y'all, I laughed so hard when Kimberly Elise was like, and your gay ass daddy or something with whatever that is, and Bruce was like, the new lady in his life and you can't take it. I was like, get Miss Bruce off my screen. I laughed so hard. I really I laughed so hard. I laughed so much in Wednesday night episode. It was so funny. Star is one of those kind of women. I know a lot of stars. Meaning, I have men in my life who are great men, and they just so happen to have a baby by the wrong person. I ain't gonna say the wrong person because the baby is a blessing. I know if they can go back and do it again, they would have chosen another woman to have their child or their children. And they're not able to spend time, and it has nothing to do with the child. It has nothing to do with what he's doing. It has everything to do with unresolved issues that the mother doesn't want to deal with, or the fact that she's just being nasty. So it was like the fact you let this man see his child, you see how happy he is, and then you're gonna tell this man you putting up the baby for adoption. Like, are you crazy? And then you pull a knife on this dude and put it like by his neck, like you would actually harm him. But you just got done singing No More Drama. That's why I'm like, man, I can't really vibe with you like that, because it's just stupid. I can't. And that'd be the first one when a man put his hands on a woman. That'd be the first one. I don't know why he did this to me. I didn't do nothing. Men, I respect y'all. I ain't saying that women need to be beaten no kind of way, but it's some women who I have seen and know personally that they push that nerve. And they keep tapping it. And they just keep tapping it, keep tapping it, and keep tapping it. And then when he do something, it's, I can't believe it. Be doing like Yvette. You told me you would never hit me. But you just punched the hell out of him. Keep your damn hands to yourself. That's why I tell people, keep your hands to yourself. I got a brother. I don't condone him putting his hands on a woman. I don't. But I'm like, baby, let me tell you, if the right woman put their hands on you, he was like, I can't see myself hitting no woman. I said, I pray that you keep that. I pray that you keep that. Because if you ever come across the right one, but okay. But yeah, just keep your hands to yourself. Angel and Simone. I laughed on this part too. First of all, I'm just tired of these writers trying to like we stupid. When they was coming out of the record label, right? And he was hitting the alarm for the car and he get into a little spat with Simone. I'm gonna come back to that. He's walking to the car and the car blows up. First of all, Angel didn't even walk fast enough. He didn't walk far enough. And she's screaming, Angel! Like he was in the car. I'm like, Heifer, we know he didn't even make it to the car. It was 2.5 seconds. He right in front of you. He probably just felt the impact from the explosion, but y'all acting like Angel was in the car. We know Angel wasn't in that damn car. Stop, writers. Just stop it. But anyway, so the thing with Angel and Simone about the whole deportation issues, the white supremacy, I agree with it. I was asked about how I felt about that. I understood why she did what she did and the manner in which she did it. I understood Angel also because if they are grooming you to be this political person, when you're dealing with politics, man, politics is politics. So there are certain things you can say and that you can't say. There are certain ways you have to convey your message in a way where people know what side you stand on, whether you left or you right. But you're doing it in a way where you're not downing another side. You know what I'm saying? So I understood where he was saying, like, you're not helping. You're just adding fuel to the fire is basically what I got from what he was saying. But I was just like, at the end of the day, the fact that whole thing, Alex asking Carlotta to walk her down the aisle, which I'm like, what, y'all didn't have the budget to get Lenny Kravitz and Naomi Campbell to make one special appearance? One. Okay. Now, homegirl that released the damn script, we know that Naomi was supposed to be on one of them episodes. And she wasn't there. So we know there was some rewriting that has gone on. I don't know what the original script was. I wish we had an opportunity to see it. But I'm like, it would have been a great moment to see Lenny Kravitz walk his daughter down the aisle, so on and so forth, for her to share that moment with her with her parents. I guess we're not gonna see that. I was also asked, I gotta talk about this first. Cotton, baby, I ain't a killer, but don't push me, man. See, I was just used to Cotton shooting people in the foot. She didn't really do no damage. But the fact that she shot this dude, the dude was dead after that second shot. But that third shot just solidified to me that that whole family just straight up killers. Okay, groomed and bred, straight killers. But people, I was asked how I felt about, dang, what was it? I don't forgot. Shoot, maybe it'll come back to me. But one of the things I want to talk about is when Alex and Star was in the studio and she told Alex, this how shysty Star is. She was like, I respect your hustle, Alex. I always have. When have you respected Alex's hustle? You've always been a hater to it as far as what I've seen on the show. I've never seen any respect for Alex's hustle. I've seen you take from Alex's hustle. I've seen you benefit off Alex's hustle, but I've never seen you respect her hustle. So I didn't really know where that writing came from. I just thought it was a bunch of BS to have her say that, but it also was true to who Star is. Star will say and do anything that's needed for her to make it. That's just what she does. She's an addict. She's addicted to success and she's addicted to fame and notoriety and popularity. That's just what it is. And when you have that type of person around you, it's going to cause some problems because she's not more so focused on the music. The music is just the avenue to her addiction. That's it. But her addiction, it ain't music. It's just got its fame and notoriety and all that other stuff I just named. But that's really all it is. So I just I enjoyed Wednesday night's episode. It was good. Very funny to me. Like I said, I laughed so many times. I laughed extremely hard. I'm trying to think that I missed anything along the way. I don't think I did. I tried to write some stuff down so I wouldn't forget it because I'd be having so much stuff going through my mind. Well, when Carlotta told Star that she was a good mother, now stop lying. Stop lying. I'm a realist, okay? There are a lot of parents out there, and a lot of good mothers. You know, there's a lot of good. You know, you're a good mother. You do. When? What solidifies Star as being a good mother? I don't agree with that statement. I don't believe is true. I don't believe in kicking people while they're down. But damn it, I believe in being honest. Star is not a good mother. I'm like, Carlotta, stop lying. Please stop lying. And I'm trying to understand, like, when it comes to Cassie and Carlotta's relationship with the girls at Take 3, it just amazes me how she kind of took them in despite of where they come from, and despite their issues, and she loved on them. But when it comes to her sister, and to me, Cassie been on the show less than anybody, but she has made a true change. A true change. And I'm like, everything she said she was gonna do. She said she wanted to be a businesswoman. She is. She said she wanted to be legit. As much as we know, she is. She is not attached to Xander. Well, you know, as far as we know, he blew his darn brains out. But I'm like, she has been probably one of the most victorious characters that we've seen this season. And then we get to Miss Ruby. Now, we ain't heard or seen from Miss Ruby this whole second half. Now, all of a sudden, supposedly she be volunteering at this rape center. Stop it. I was just like, I can't take y'all. I can't take it. I can't take it. Oh, I remember. Someone asked me about the ratings. I didn't look for myself. I haven't checked what the ratings are. I was told that they weren't good, or as good, but the show is doing good. And what do I think the reasons for that? The reason, I think one of the reasons is people who just are not connected to the show anymore. And you have, when you're dealing with people who are, this stuff is so saturated. You can go to Netflix and find great independent films, great independent short films and things of that nature. And like Wattpad, you could go to Wattpad and you can find people telling, you know, certain stories that people can connect to. So when you begin to watch a show and you feel like, wait a minute, something off, I can go here and get what y'all not giving me. And I think they probably waited a little too long. I don't know what's going to happen with Star, but I do know last year we found out right before episode 16 aired whether or not the show is going to get renewed. Now we not past episode 16. We know we about to be on episode 17, and we, far as I know, as of me now recording this video, we haven't heard any word from it. I do hope that Empire is picked up because I have actually enjoyed it this entire season. Star is hit and miss. You know what I'm saying? You may have a good episode, then you gonna go 3 or 4 more episodes and you're gonna be mad. Like, that's how I view this particular season. If they do get renewed, I don't know, man. I really don't know what's going to happen. But I'm here for it. If they get renewed, that means, you know, these people are steadily employed. If they don't, then, you know, preferably they have other things lined up for them. I just don't see it. That's just me. I don't see it. So I think I talked about everything in the that I want to talk about. I'm trying to think about the show in my mind as well. I think that's everything, y'all. I think that's everything that I wanted to hit on. No, this is another thing. Going back to what I talked about when it comes to, I didn't want this video to be this long, but going back to the whole thing with Alex and Noah and Derek and all that. I don't remember exactly what was said. It was an episode where Alex and Derek was on the bed and they showed the preview of of Alex and Noah kissing, doing So Sick performance. And they said it was like a hot and heavy. Basically, they tried to reduce them to being just a fling, this hot fling. And I sit back and I watch the little sneaky stuff they be putting in there, like how they want you to say, oh, it wasn't nothing. Oh, this was this. Oh, this was that. I saw someone say how Derek and Alex represents true love and what love should be about. In what world? In what world? And I know we have differences of opinions and what we think love is and how we want to be loved. Now, Noah isn't perfect by a long shot. But what I know is that when you look at them, look at Noah and Alex together, whether you like them or not, there is something, and I've always said this, very special about their connection. even when they're just doing a scene to like the club scene they had after she had her panic attack. No, I know every fanship was shook. Nalex fans, we were happy. We were like, oh my god, y'all see this. Dallas fans was like, there she go again. Always with Noah when she should be with Derek. Then you had the store fans shaking in their boots because it's like, if I know that Alex, it's a possibility of Alex and Noah, and there is no Noah and Star. But guess what? There was never a Noah and Star. But I look at that and I'm just like, I'm pissed off at the writers because they have left such a great thing go, and by them making Noah the father of that baby changed the entire dynamic, the entire premise of the show. Because you have Simone 18 married, you have Alex 21 about to be married, you have Star 20 with a baby. So all of these girls' lives have changed drastically. So it's like, I really want to see. That's the only thing that interests me. Like, how are you going to do this with them having families, having husbands to take care of, having children to take care of? How are you going to do that? So I'm really interested in that part of like, what are you going to do to make this show exciting? What are you going to do to bring that spark back? Because it's not there. So just going to see what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm done. Talk too much on this particular video. But yeah, so thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you always. So yeah, y'all know how I do. I'll let y'all later. One.